come up with shit for the tweet that I send out.
There we are. Geno's tired of shit.
Are we live?
Yep.
Oh, okay. How's it going, John?
No. I'm all right, man. How are you?
What just happened?
I don't know. Whatever your laugh was, I thought we were going to lose the whole signal. So we're off to a rip-roaring start. It was like, I don't know if everybody else heard it that way, but on my end, it was like you were a fucking robot. It was like,
oh, wow. I turned my Wi-Fi off from my phone.
I should probably.
Can you hear me? Are we okay?
I can hear you now.
I'm not dealing with this today, so if it goes bad,
I am very tired. So whatever happens, happens. If it fucks up, we'll just abort. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, we'll abort. So if you're here, cool. But if you're not, I don't give a shit either way. Someone said they were folding laundry.
I can't even find the fucking thread to look and see if people are complaining. So I got so many goddamn tabs open.
Fuck it. Well, we're here to talk about the show, not see if people are whining at us. I don't care if they are. So you know what yesterday was? Thing?
What?
I was told, or I don't know if it's exactly the case, but I was told yesterday was the 1 year anniversary of Not As Good As Brooklyn.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That can't be true, can it?
I don't think so. I think Eddie's got tomorrow as the anniversary of Brooklyn. One.
No, I mean us saying it.
Day in pro wrestling history. Oh, us saying it? Oh, I don't fucking know. How would anybody know that?
That's what I was saying. Someone said
Who
that.
has a complete lack of anything else to do but fucking chart CSL great moments in CSL history? I'm looking at you, Swift.
Yeah.
And I think even he had like something else to do this weekend.
Yeah, he's traveling apparently.
He's drunk tweeting us. So I don't even know what's wrong with that motherfucker.
I know, right? What did he say? So like, that's
I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys.
And we're just like, you drunk again? Like, what's funny is neither of us responded positively to that in any way.
I sort of did, and he ruined it. Then he pushed it too far. I said like, I said something like it was going to be harder to hate him after that tweet or whatever. And then he was like, "Oh, we're just like Bailey and Sasha," and I was like, "Man, go the fuck away. I don't want to do it." You ruined it.
We're literally nothing like Bailey and Sasha. We couldn't be further away from Bailey and Sasha.
Well, and plus I was mad because my response to that one was "Don't push it," and then he didn't respond with "What do you mean it?" And that's like, you can't even do fucking Jericho with me. Get out of here.
DEO did that with me the other day on Twitter, and it felt really good.
Yeah. Somebody, I apologize, I don't remember who it was, but somebody sent me an awesome tweet where I forget what I said even, but the response to it was "Watch it, Shane Raider," and I popped like crazy. I thought it was the greatest tweet I ever saw.
Nice.
See, because he was saying he got my name wrong, like he would call me Tim instead of Tom. See?
So we're here to talk about TakeOver.
God damn it!
All right. Well, what did you think of the show?
I liked it. I wrote fucking 2,000 words on it, so I really don't feel like I should have to speak about it. I think I gave it an A-.
Really?
Yeah.
So for me, this one was different for me because for people on the site, you probably noticed I really didn't do any work on the site last night. Decker stepped in. We're giving Decker
during the day either.
Well, they were.
Sorry,
first of all, we're kicking.
I'm a little sleep deprived, so this could be all kinds of punchy.
If you've ever wanted to see like drugged up Sean, this is as close to it as we'll get.
Yep.
No, but we're giving Decker. We're kicking the tires on Decker. We're trying to find out if Decker's got what it takes to become the next Sean Rudiger. I think he may.
This is all. Just fucking flowers and roses and bullshit from Geno because he wanted a day off. But yeah, we'll call it kicking the tires on Decker.
That's true. I had shit I wanted to do that had nothing to do with wrestling, and so I just had Decker come in and step up to the plate. We had enough stuff scheduled because of SummerSlam. And by the way, did you see our traffic?
I don't want to look at it. Fucking Conor McGregor. It's his fault.
People don't. Yeah, no one gives a shit about this show. Apparently, like we're not anywhere near where I thought we would be.
I think people are fucking overloaded. I think people are taking the fucking afternoon off from wrestling. I mean, this is a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a bit much for
I mean, it hasn't stopped going back. I mean, when's the last time there was a day off? I mean, I guess it was like last Friday, I guess was the last time there wasn't some sort of like big show or multiple indie shows or, I mean, it's been a lot.
And plus, we haven't even gotten to Raw. And then right after Raw, we don't even have the break anymore. We have SmackDown Tuesday.
Exactly. And then you've got NXT and CWC. The next, I think the next night that we don't have anything going on the site is next Friday.
Yeah, because Thursday's Impact, and even that's on some level of. I mean, that's getting some decent little numbers.
Yeah, I mean, their ratings are up a little bit. We're getting some good traffic on them. They're better than they were 6 months ago. That's for damn sure.
To circle back, so essentially, I just was able to just watch the show. It wasn't like okay. When I write for the site and when I'm watching a show, it changes the way you watch a show, right? So when I'm watching wrestling and I know I have to write about it, there's 38 different angles to any given wrestling match. When I have to write about it, I'm looking for all those angles. I'm trying to, essentially, I think it's probably what you do too, where you're just, I need to know the story, I need to know the booking that could have gone into this, I need to know the thinking of the people who were making the decisions about it, how the fans reacted to it, commentary, the wrestlers themselves, the matches, the moves, all that shit to finish, what happens afterward, fallout, all that fucking shit. There's a million things to think of. When you don't have that, you just sit here and watch it, and that's what I did. I put it on the TV and just sat back, and I can just look at it, and either I'm entertained or I'm not. Totally changed the way I digested the show. You gave it an A-. If I was forced to grade it, I'd C- at best. I really didn't even really like it that much. I did not. It was a lot of so my issue here is,
I mean, I think I'll just interject for 1 second too. I think part of it is that you don't watch NXT, right? So you're coming into this.
Big part of it.
Yeah,
probably.
Just so everybody knows that. So. I mean, I don't know. I mean, but I think that's a.
I'm not a weekly NXT viewer.
Yeah,
I do not NXT. There are episodes I will watch if I have a particular reason to watch it. But if it's just a regular show, excuse me, I've gotten to successful enough that I can delegate. I make Sean do the NXT beat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it was just grab me, make me care, right? All that stuff. I understand. So this is one of those times. There's a difference between this is good and I like this. This was like a really good example of that for me. I knew what I was watching was good. I knew coming out of it, that was a good show, like objectively. No one can sit there and go, that show sucked. Because they're wrong. Like, if you're telling those guys, if you're telling fucking Johnny Gargoyle and Tomato Ciampa to go out there and fucking kill it, go pro wrestle the shit out of that match. They pro wrestled the shit out of that match. It was great. But I don't give a fuck about either of those guys. I really don't care about the other. What are they? Who are they? What are they called?
I'm not even going to talk to you about this. So
no, you. No, because you feel the exact opposite, don't you?
Oh yeah, and I don't. I was actually talking to Rev and Kyle about this in the offices last night. I don't know how to talk to somebody who doesn't enjoy them because they're everything I like about pro wrestling, and I don't think I need a lot of background to it. I just can watch them do what they're doing, and I enjoy it. And I know you don't. We had this argument after Dallas, I think, and I can't.
That's what they're called, right? The
what?
Revival?
Yes.
You're talking about those two in particular, or the other two?
I'm talking about the Revival in particular, yes.
Okay. So, and that's what I mean, right? So, like, the match is going, it's doing its thing, it's early, and I'm just kind of like, and it's all set up or whatever to get to where they were going. And then they got to the near falls, and they were doing the false finishes, and fuck me, like, it was really good. I really enjoyed that. But I was always left with that, like, I don't know, man, maybe that's me. Maybe that's the kind of fan I am, that I just could not feel anywhere near like you could feel just based on everything I was seeing as far as it was fun. It was exciting. The fucking crowd was super into it. I bought into there was at least 3 finishes that I bought into, and they weren't the finish, and I was like, oh, fuck me, that was crazy. But I don't know, the dudes involved, I don't care about them. I mean, why? I don't know. I guess I'm supposed to care about them off shit like this, and I guess I still don't. So am I going to get bombed now for...
I mean, like I said, I don't know what to tell you because I feel like they, within the framework of the show, within the match, I think they gave you enough to care about them. And then I think with the video packages and things like that, I think NXT does a really good job of building up to I mean, they gave you everything you needed to know. They told the whole story in a cool video package. If you even just watch the takeovers, you know what the revival is about. And then you got the match. And within the course of the match, they tell you, again, what you need to know. It's clear that match more than any other on the card. It's clear that this is the heel team. They're going to cut corners to win. These are the baby faces. They're going to do everything they can without cheating to win. And if you bought into I don't know how you can say I'm not moved by a match when you're fooled by 3 false finishes. Right? You were invested in it.
Yeah, I'm not saying I wasn't moved by the match itself.
So that's boring to you? I don't know.
No,
I don't know. I don't even know how to talk to you about that.
So I'm using that as an example because I just feel like there's a lot of guys. Excuse me. I guess NXT's to a point now where the characters aren't grabbing me the way I need them to, which is a problem I have on the main roster. And I didn't really feel like I had that problem. The past TakeOver shows, I always felt like there was something more to it. This one didn't feel, I don't know if you felt like this, but this one didn't feel like a really big deal. Like it just felt like it's not, okay, time for a TakeOver. As opposed to like the other shows, it always felt like special. There was always that little bit of where you knew you were going to be fucking blown away and everyone was going to deliver and it was going to be with people who aren't necessarily at the fucking tip top of the mountain, but they're on their way there, and this is just another step to that. And I guess I didn't feel that. I think maybe that's part of the problem. I don't really feel that way about a lot of the guys who are there. Like I don't think many of these people are going anywhere, especially these 4. I can't imagine main roster type.
This is to say, if Swift is listening and wants to go into the archives, this is also what you said about American Alpha after Dallas, was that you didn't care about them. Yeah. And you weren't interested, and you don't know why anybody likes them. And you did.
No, I think. But I
got really mad at you, and I'm not going to get mad at you now because it's you don't like the show. I mean, I think there's a history of that at this point. I
think that was more about Vince. Vince isn't going to treat them right because Gable's like 5 pounds and 2 foot tall. So that's
I'm really pretty sure we can go back and you said I didn't care about this match. I didn't like anybody in it.
Swift, if you go back and prove him right, you're fired. So
you won't get to write for us for free anymore.
If you go back and prove him right, you are absolutely done helping me out.
Yeah, I mean,
the match was really good.
I don't know what to say. I mean, I think, and this is what I tried to get at in my thing. I think on some levels, TakeOver is itself the selling point now. It's pretty remarkable that for whatever we're at, like 10, 12, 14 of these things now, there's never been a complete fucking dud. I mean, you might have given the show a C-, but even you're saying it was a good show.
Yeah,
so
it was good.
They haven't shit the bed and given us a fucking great Khali Batista match in the main event or anything like that. All of them have been quality wrestling programs. They may not push your buttons, but they're not trash. So that's pretty remarkable. So TakeOver kind of sells itself at this point because until they do shit the bed on an episode, because it's a TakeOver. So it's exciting for that reason. I don't know. I mean, I guess people's mileage vary. I thought they did a better job with this one, actually building feuds. I was very critical of the end and Dallas a bit for just being like dream match with no story. And I feel like this one, they tried to course correct on that and really build a few stories. So I didn't have that problem either.
Well, my issue might be you can watch a football game and you can see a team execute flawlessly and you can appreciate that for what it is. But if it's not your football team, how much do you really care? So I love football and I love watching that. Yeah. So I think
if it's a good game, I mean, if I don't care if it's I can watch a Ravens game and I have a fucking watching the Ravens for me is like watching Eva Marie. I just have a fucking reaction. I hate those motherfuckers. But if they're in a really good game, I can get sucked into the drama of it. And that's what I feel like at least definitely the tag match would have been for me is if I had no background on these guys, they gave me the information. Okay, I know that they're both trying to win. There's clear stakes. It's close. One team got the lead. Another team came back, that sort of thing. I would follow that the same way I would have if the Bucks and the Jaguars have a really good game where they're executing well, not a 7th, not where it's close because they both suck, but just because they're both executing well, and it's a good back and forth game, I can get sucked into that even though I have no rooting interest. And that's, I have followed along, and I know the beats of the story coming into the tag title, but I think even if I hadn't, I think they gave me everything to say, hey, this is a good story they're telling. Let me pay attention to it.
I shouldn't have used the tag match because the tag match actually I felt was really good. But there were certainly other matches on the show that I just kind of, I don't know, I guess we can transition into talking about Bayley and Asuka now because I didn't care. Nothing at any point made me feel like I was, and I'm totally invested in her story, and she's very, the Bayley character is incredibly, it's really at this point too, is fascinating because where does it go? Like, what do you do with it next? But the match itself, man, I don't know. How did you feel? And I haven't read your recap, so I'm sorry.
I liked it a lot. So
tell me why you liked it then.
Yeah. I didn't think it was a great match. I don't think either of their matches together have been great, but I thought it did tell a good story. I thought they had been building up to this, and I didn't even realize it. I got sucked in, and I thought this was about Bayley winning the match, and with the story that they told and with the way she reacted afterwards, I think this was about her facing her fear, win or lose, which she did, and I got, like, when she ponied up and demanded to be hit in the face again and that kind of stuff, that got me. So I think they told that story well. The other, like, within the match, like, strategically, you know, in Dallas, she didn't tap out. She got sleeped from the Asuka lock. So her whole strategy was about avoiding the Asuka lock, and Asuka was going for it, but that left her open to what beat Nia, which was, oh, I'm going to kick your fucking head off. And that's the match. So I think I am not, like, some people just fucking love Asuka. She's the female Brock Lesnar, and I'm not as
I don't agree with that.
Enamored of it. I'm a little bit confused. I'm a little bit worried that they've booked themselves sort of into a corner, because if Bayley can't take her down, I'm not sure I'm buying 5-2 Ember Moon, even though she's got a dope finisher.
Really dope.
So I don't know. So I'm a little bit concerned about going forward, but I dug this match, and I thought with the two Bayley Asuka matches, it told a really good story. I thought it was a great moment afterwards with, you know, hugging the other horsewomen and her mom and Izzy. And I like that she wasn't, like, weepy. Like, so that to me is also part of the story, is that afterwards in Dallas, she was devastated and she felt like she let everybody down. And here she recognized that she wasn't the better woman, but she didn't disappoint anybody or leave anything on the table. So I thought, again, I didn't love the match. I think there's some issues. I don't know if they don't have great chemistry, or there's something, like, Asuka's all about, like, putting her offense in step by step, and Bayley's a more consummate worker, in my opinion. So I think there's some issues there too, but I still thought the story they told was good. And I know every beat of it, so I can't separate and say I don't know what it would be like if I didn't, but I think they still gave you what you needed. I don't know.
Well, I counted 6 botches. Can't be a match the year candidate. 6 botches.
I like this one. I actually liked the botches because I feel like it made it feel more like a fight. Like, it felt a little bit like when she went for that power bomb and she couldn't connect with it. That sort of fit in with the story. I also think that's one of the cases where, like, I don't think Asuka helped her when she tried to.
That scared me to death.
Asuka looked like she was fucking sandbagging her when she went to try to do whatever she was going to try to do after she couldn't pick her up. So.
And then she just did the dropped her down. Yeah. You know, I think I agree with you in one sense, but also I feel like they kind of didn't decide which of those stories they wanted to tell. So it looked more like, okay, she's just trying to avoid the Asuka lock. So it's a competitive thing, i.e., like, her approach was tactical, instead of what I thought was the much cooler angle, which was the angle that I originally remember. I wrote, like, a very romantic fucking style piece on, they had a stare down, which I was cool because this is Bayley looking into the face essentially of death, and knowing I cannot win. I can't, right? That's not what. So what makes you heroic at that point? You're not a hero just because you win. Like, that's not what makes someone heroic. But you're heroic because you know you're going to lose and you fight anyway. Like, you have to always try your hardest, no fucking matter what. And it's a good lesson, especially for this character to tell. You know, and she hugs Izzy on the way out and everything like that. So I think that would have been the better story, but I don't think they did a really good job telling that. I felt it was, like you said, it was a little bit more like a little tactical, very much like, this is what I need to do to win, or I have to avoid this, and can I avoid that? Like, that's a good thing.
I don't know. Maybe did you watch their contract signing before this one? Because that's that's a lot of where I think that they set up the continuation because Bayley reacted differently. It was the
more intense. Yeah, it got right up in her face.
Yeah, she was ready to. Yeah, she was ready. It wasn't like, oh God, I'm going to do this because I have to. It was like, I can fucking do this.
Yeah, I know what I need
maybe,
to do.
And like I said, and I got confused into thinking she was saying, I can fucking do this, I can win. And what it really was, I think in retrospect, was I can fucking do this, I can stand up to her, win or lose, which she didn't have going into the first match. So,
and I also don't like. I don't know how much I like the hugging and shit afterward. It doesn't. What?
One, I just like the way you said that, and two, that's something I kind of agree with you on. I even wrote about it in my preview. I'm wary of this whole like the WWE Evolution special. I'm wary of WWE selling.
They're selling DVDs with that.
Yeah, and it's better than Stephanie claiming she is responsible for it, but it's still just that's true.
That's history, dude. It's there now.
Let them fucking just tell pro wrestling stories. Don't have them try to tell pro wrestling stories and be responsible for the future of the gender or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
This is for all womankind. Get the fuck out of the ring. Like, if I don't know, man. And it's Asuka.
I was a little bit okay with this because I think it's Bayley's swan song. I think maybe she has one more appearance at Full Sail to say goodbye, like Finn did, but I think she's done.
No, it's gonna be like Finn. She's gonna come back and just be there. Be like, I don't know what's next, and someone will come out and they'll start a feud, and people will be like, "Is this really what's happening?"
They might need to because like I said, I mean, they did the Fallout video is Ember, like the passing of the torch to Ember Moon, and I'm just not buying her as a threat to Asuka at this point. So I don't know unless they're gonna bring fucking Nikki Bella in there. I don't know who I would be concerned about taking Asuka down.
Is Asuka a heel?
She's Brock Lesnar. That's how they book her. She's
a tweener. I don't like that.
She is just a tweener who will kill anybody who steps to her.
That's a weird thing. This is the angel of death, and you're booking her like a baby face. Fuck's matter with you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want you. I don't want this scary ass. You wear these freak fucking masks, and you wrestle like you're trying to actually kill your opponent, and vicious and all this good stuff. And then the match ends, and you're hugging her and shit. Can you not? I'd rather you walk out and like fucking super kick Izzy in her little head on the way to the back, and then like get some fucking heat. Like that's another. You know what I mean? Like
but a lot of people want to cheer her though. I mean, they had "Let's Go Asuka, Let's Go Bayley" chants going, so she's not, and she sells merch. They don't think they want to do. They don't want to do full heel with her. I don't know. I mean, NXT. She would be. She'd be a great heel. I mean, she could do. She's done like the zombie princess makeup in Japan that would fucking terrify people. Really, she could really be scary.
I need to watch some Japan.
Oh yeah.
You don't watch Japan either. Let's not lie about it. All this time
I watch some Japan. I do watch some. I do not. I can't keep up with everything. But I go and seek certain things out. I watched the G1 finals. Did you?
Rico Chet went over and I watched it.
Won.
I watched Will Ospreay and Fodder.
I didn't watch that. I don't like Will Ospreay.
I watched
I said it.
Game of that. There was great heat for the match. That was a good piece of business, actually. That's the kind of wrestling I like. Sadly, I guess people think like less of me for it.
There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I dislike. I just think Will Ospreay is a dick, like a shoot, like
maybe that's
for real, huh?
Maybe that's my issue. Maybe that's NXT. We're getting so much closer I think it's a good thing.
Can I tell you what I think the issue is?
Please tell me.
I don't think you actually like wrestling. And I don't mean that like you don't like pro wrestling, but I don't think you really. I don't think that does much for you. I think you're a sports entertainment guy.
I think you're right, dude. Like I really I like heat. I like the heat.
That's why Eva Marie is your favorite fucking wrestler.
That's what I say. Oh, he loves Eva Marie. Did you see that dude in the comments? That stupid idiot who was like, you flipped from Eva to Becky. When the preview that I did, you flipped from Eva to Becky, or you used to like Becky. Everyone, you go against your faves
because you're not allowed to like two wrestlers.
I don't. Yeah, you can only like one at one time. Impossible. And you better stick with that one.
Your brain will explode if you try to like two wrestlers at the same time.
Here's what's funny. I don't even like Eva.
Yeah.
That's the dirty little.
That's what I thought.
No one gets it.
to me, the brilliance of, and I'm going to go right back to fucking making fun of you for it after I say this. So
do it.
Enjoy it. The brilliance of your Eva gimmick thing is that you're like, I mean, you're commenting on it at the same time that you're doing the same thing she's doing. And you've gotten the same reaction. At first, people wanted to fucking murder you for it. And now people are like, oh, yeah, Geno's awesome.
Yep.
And it's the exact same progression that Eva's made.
It's the same fucking thing.
And people don't get that. And that's why I love the reaction to that preview, because it's like, oh, you fucking marks.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, I have been a mark at times, so don't like freak out because I called you that. But the people who get upset that that's your preview for that, oh, you're short shifting Becky. Don't you care about the future of women's wrestling?
That's the other thing. Like, it's my responsibility to help them push the future of the female fucking, roster in WWE. You shitting me? This is, what did they do? What was the whole point? But I hate to break it to you guys, but the entire thing about this fucking 6-women match was all about Eva. If you've noticed, SmackDown Live has been all about Eva. You know why? Eva's where the money is. I love Becky. I love her to death. She's adorable. She's a great wrestler. I like listening to her talk. The way she says disgusting is just the best thing in the world. But the money is with Eva. Obviously, right? She does good numbers for us every time we fucking write about her. And again, it's not that I care about Eva. Eva herself means very little to me. It's that I care that you care so fucking much that when I write a preview that just says Eva and doesn't talk about other people, that you're ready to beat me up. That is what gets me off. That's what gets my dick hard. So I'm going to keep doing it, and I hope they keep doing it. Sorry, we're going to get through one show without talking about dick at some point.
That's right. I didn't do it, so I'm trying to
get that day, but we'll
tell that story later.
Yeah.
We got 3 days of CSL so tune in tomorrow for the story of why Sean's not going to talk about blowjobs anymore.
Are we going to explain that, actually?
we can later, but I'm teasing it. What do they call that in radio? When you're after the break, find out why.
Stick around to the end, and we'll let you know why Sean is no longer allowed to talk about dicks.
What was I going to say? Yeah, I mean, we're going to get sidetracked onto Eva again, but it's also the business with Eva is at some point she will put somebody else over, and that's going to help them. So all the heat is going
Bailey over. That's her whole function, and that's what she does.
Yeah, she put Asuka over. She put everybody over in NXT, and then she left.
And then everybody's, but Eva sucks. Who the fuck's getting worked here? Who's the one really getting worked? Is it me, who's sitting here and acting like she's the greatest thing since sliced bread, or is it you? Yeah, I said sliced bread. Or is it you who's sitting here going, she's awful. She's not even any good. I don't even understand why they're doing it. Well, just because you don't get it because you're a stupid idiot doesn't mean it's not a great thing. And it is a great thing. And now everyone's coming around and they do get it.
I still hate it, but that's okay.
You hate it because you're a mark.
Anyway, what do you think about these suspensions?
The suspensions? So Eva's on Adderall, huh?
The suspension community?
You see that Photoshop someone did? The Nation of Violation.
I saw that one, yeah.
And it's Eva and Romy, and they all got their arms up.
And Del Rio and Paige. Yeah.
Dude, we talked about this with Reigns.
Did you see the Scarface one with Del Rio and Paige?
I did. That shit was also funny.
That's pretty funny too, yeah.
Dude, we talked about this with Romy. Eva's on Adderall. I talk about following her on Snapchat. Dude, she never sleeps, ever at any point. No fucking wonder. Like, she's probably taking this shit just to stay up for the 3 hours a day she spends in the chair getting makeup applied to her face.
I also read somewhere that, I guess it makes sense because cocaine and amphetamines and all these things have the same, that it's an appetite suppressant too, so.
Someone told me, someone tweeted us and they were like, well, how much are these motherfuckers taking? That's water. What they say, I don't know this, but they said it's water soluble.
Soluble, yeah.
It's out of your system in a day. How are they getting busted?
That's what I think
going piss in the cup.
That's the most interesting thing about the whole thing is the stuff that I guess Meltzer talked about on the radio Friday night or yesterday during the day, which is that after Brock got popped in UFC, then all of a sudden they're like, we got to test more.
Why?
And that's why we're getting this. I don't know.
I guess said it's not to catch people doing drugs. It's to make sure people are okay, that they're well. That's why it's called a wellness policy.
Right.
So they're clearly not well, you fucks. You run them into the ground. Like, they have to go to, you don't provide travel, so they're going from town to town. So 1 minute they're in, let's say Pittsburgh, and then they're in, what's another place that's close to Pittsburgh? Close, but not close
like
to
say,
Pittsburgh.
yeah, like trying to get to Cincinnati or fucking
Cincinnati.
New York or Philly or something, yeah.
And
you got to drive all night or can make, which is probably less stressful than trying to fly, because if you fly, then you see it on Twitter all the time. So people were talking about it this weekend. One thing gets canceled, and then you got to book. That's stressful as fuck. I did it. I mean, I did sales work where and I even had somebody. I had an office I could call, and they would rebook things for me. These guys don't have that. They're on their own.
Trina, shout out our biggest fan, Trina. Shout out to her. She's on Twitter. She was trying to go to SummerSlam. I think she made it finally, but
I think that's what Swift's trying to do. And he's
Swift's and O'Hare talking about there's delays. People are like, the whole fucking shit was delayed. There were wrestlers who weren't getting where they needed to go and shit because the airline shit's all fucked. I don't know, whatever. So it's like, so even trying to do that, but they don't pay for any of that.
Is the point. Yeah, it's not relaxing. You can't just leave and go get on a private jet and fly to the next place like Triple H and Vince and everybody else.
And what's their thing? You need to be here. And if you're not here, that's on you.
Right, you're losing your spot.
They canceled my goddamn flight. I can't possibly drive there in time. I haven't fucking slept at all today. I haven't eaten anything. I also have to find a gym because I have to keep up an unhealthy, weird-ass level of body, like start giving themselves body issues because you have to look perfect. And somehow these people Eva has a perfect fucking body, right? Like, so she has to always maintain that look and also get all the makeup on. And the women, it's different because Caitlyn talked about that when she left. I don't know if you remember that. She's like, a big part of it is, you know what I want to do? I want to wear a goddamn pair of sweatpants. And I want to not put makeup on and fucking shove a cupcake in my mouth and not have to feel like dog shit about it. Like, these people expect you to be put together 24/7. I'm a human being. I can't do that. So you know what? It's the least surprising thing in the world that she's on Adderall. Or and maybe she does have, because that's what she said, right? That they didn't get the prescription in. You're rolling your eyes. What, you don't buy it?
Well, I think it's ironic that all of these people just didn't. Oh, I didn't get my prescription for Adderall in time.
And then
whatever. I don't know. I'll be very clear on that. Maybe that's true, but this is the same thing Rose said, and then he ended up with some handwritten thing he got. I mean,
it looked like a doctor's writing. It was just scribbles.
Yeah, but it was just he went to the guy that everybody. Oh, I know a guy that will give you one. Go. I mean.
Yeah,
we're not idiots. I mean, it's maybe it's true, but it's equally plausible that she's been taking these to keep up with her schedule, and now that she got pissed unexpectedly, and then she's telling what's his name to go find a doctor.
Adderall is the new Soma, the new gimmicks that are in your little the front pouch.
I mean, you can go back to. There's a famous baseball book called Ball 4 that was written in like the late 60s and the early 70s. Baseball players used to do this shit through the season. They took greenies. I mean, it was the same. It's amphetamines. It's the same thing.
Constantly.
You're on the go. Your body's breaking down, so this makes it not hurt as much and keeps you awake. So it's not rocket science. It's and there, once they, if Adderall gets cracked down on, something else is going to be the new thing. I mean. So it's good that WWE is cracking down on it, but I don't think this is new. They're just catching them for some reason, whether it's because of Brock or it's because they got some word that, hey, somebody's passing Adderall around the locker room. I don't know. But
well, fuck. I mean, we've got multiple people at this point. What did Paige and Del Rio pop for? Did they don't?
Meltzer said it was different things. That's all he was.
Different things. So they weren't on.
So they didn't both get popped for Adderall.
But it's not like people were saying Del Rio threw one hell of a party one night.
Right. It's not that, according to Meltz.
And it was lit, baby. I don't know.
They weren't doing lines off each other's naked bodies one night in Vegas. So,
yeah.
Sorry, you got to restart your fan fiction.
Yeah, well, I could see.
Well, you can keep writing it, I guess. Like, yeah,
I was like, keep writing it. Send it to GenoMorosco@gmail.com. What else? Is that I don't really care about the Paige Del Rio stuff because Paige is the most unbearable. What a fall from grace, right? I mean,
I'm every time we write something at her, I'm surprised there are Paige fans still. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's carefully calculated, but everything about her, like social media, total divas, tough enough thing, has just made her seem like a not that much fun person.
Bratty, adolescent dude. Like, so she's you watch Total Divas and man, like she's kind of emotionally immature.
Yep.
I'm certainly, got my own issues or whatever. And
yeah, I mean, nobody's perfect, but
I'm not trying to, act like I'm better or anything. But you just see people are what they are, and that you played it for the cameras and Total Divas and whatever. But I just came away from that like, man, this is a child. You're a 24-year-old woman. Okay, fine. 24-year-old women act however, and they're growing to do stuff like that. But and then she falls in love, and then her social media is one big love letter, and it's like it's just very, very teenager-ish type of behavior that it's just very. I've noticed as the older I get, the less tolerance I have for young people,
and that's why that's why when the news of their relationship broke, my thing was like, I don't know how Del Rio can do it, and it's not a gender thing either. I mean, I would not want to hang out with the majority of like 20-year-old dudes either. It's just
certainly.
What they find interesting and like dramatic and important, I don't anymore because I've been through that, and it's just true. There's an experience gap. I mean, when they're 43, the same shit's not going to matter to them either, unless they've got some fucking personality disorders. So,
and when you're that age, it's weird because you talk to people who are older than you, and you're like, age is just a number, I'm mature for my, stuff like that, and it's
right.
And I can remember feeling that way, and now, getting older and older, it's like you realize, man, you're kind of embarrassed almost even to think back on being like that, because it's like, no, and then you meet an 18-year-old, and you're like, get out of my. You're way too young.
Right. You're
not even old enough to have sex yet. You need to get out of here.
Like, you get to be my age and older and stuff, and you're like, man, I wish I was 20 again, blah, blah, blah. And then you think about it, or like you said, or you meet a 22-year-old and you see what they're going through, and you're like, oh, no, I don't.
Fuck all that
I'm
noise.
Okay. I'm all right.
We also talked about the other day, this whole adult thing, like being responsible and all that, I'm fucking over that.
It's a bummer.
I'm just about at it. Yeah, that's why you got married, is so you could be less responsible.
Well, that's like, I mean, I was thinking this yesterday too. I do. Like I said, I love my job. I am #blessed and all that shit. But it's still fucking work, and that bums me out sometimes. It's like, this isn't what I thought. Like, I'm gonna get a job writing about wrestling, and I just like bloop, 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 and fuck, I'm wiped out. It's not supposed to be this hard.
And then it's real.
And I don't even have to leave my house.
That's what I said. Thanks for reading for all these years. 5 years I've been running the show, and so I don't have to get a real job. People think it's not a real job. We've talked about that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm constantly educating. I mean, Julie's super supportive of it, but I'm still also sort of constantly educating her about, here's why I'm stressed out. She's like, but you're writing about something you would be watching anyway. Yeah, I know, but
there's a lot more to it than what people.
Yeah. Anyway,
NXT.
Bobby Roode,
Booby Rod, the glorious entrance.
Here's my question that I asked in my recap: has music ever been so like fucking integral to getting a guy over?
I'll tell you what.
I can't remember a time.
I don't think he can stay heel.
Oh, I know. I don't either. I mean, I think he can be sort of. Yeah.
It's one of two things. It's so.
Well, it's a heel. But he's never going to get booed. Not by.
It's heelish.
But, I mean, he's over the top into himself, so that's an arrogant heel thing. But
they had to be counting on, this is so fucking annoying that everyone will hate it, and he'll do it for so drawn out and long. That entrance took 45 minutes, and they kept playing the hook, and he was just like, how great am I? I'm so glorious. Like, the idea is, you're not supposed to like it. And yet, we as wrestling fans, we're a special kind of fucked up in that we love that kind of dumb shit. And so everyone's singing it, and they're like soaking it in, and minute 44 of 45, still singing it and soaking it in.
Yep.
So that it's like, you're going to have to change. Don't change it, but he's got to go babyface now, because people aren't going to boo that.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It would be interesting if he went up against, I don't know. I mean, NXT doesn't have, I mean, I guess maybe a Tommy now that he's doing, I don't know. I don't know who the true blue babyface is in the men's division now. I mean, like if he was going against Sammy, maybe. Yeah, but Nakamura is the sort of, if Nakamura wasn't so damn sexy, he'd be a borderline heel too. I mean, he's just a jerk.
I badly want to have
sex
with
everybody, and
I want to have sex with him.
I know you do.
I think he'd be fun. I know you do. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought when Rude cut his, when his debut on NXT, he cut a promo where he basically called all of us like virgins who don't know how to dress. It was a really good heel promo. And he did actually get Full Sail pissed at him, but it didn't last because the song's so much fucking fun. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird.
He'll be Bray Wyatt, like a super over babyface entrance, and then tries to act like a heel, and it just doesn't. I mean, maybe it'll work. I don't know. But that's the other thing too. She's going to play in Brooklyn, and it's hard to get a real good gauge of it. Like, you're not sure if you should really take this crowd's word for it, because this crowd is the special kind of fucked up crowd where we're going to be into this when we know we're not supposed to. And poor fucking La Sombra. Right,
Yeah.
he's the one who had to wrestle dude and just got treated like shit, and it didn't deserve it, certainly. And the match
he actually out wrestled. I mean, I was not impressed with anything Rude did after the entrance.
Yeah,
it was fine. I mean, he didn't screw anything up, but it was
a stock match.
Yeah,
finish sucked.
Yeah. The only thing they got right about his finisher is the name. It's stupid. It doesn't look like it should finish matches. What is it, like a pump handle slam or something?
Yeah, really lame.
Yeah, it's not, and almost like the crowd wanted to boo Almas La Sombra, and he actually won them over at times. So I'm a little bit more encouraged for him. They got to get rid of his, like, whatever he came out in, like a red stripper outfit. They got to stop that. I mean,
stereotypical.
The pimp hat and all that stuff just isn't. Yeah. Unless he's going to go. My thing is, and I predicted it ahead of time. I think they should have done it. They should have double turned in this match.
I didn't know if he wanted to dance with me or sell me drugs.
Yeah, maybe. I think probably both.
A little bit of both, probably. Sell me the drugs, then dance with me.
Yeah, the dancing would probably be better.
And then wrestle the shit out of me.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it's just very...
Probably made Sweet Sweet Love to you also. But.
So that's what's funny is we went to the tag match, the one match where I was like, this is fucking amazing and great in the match itself, but everything else was more like what we're talking about now, where it's like Rude was super unimpressive.
Well, that's... I mean... Yeah, I said. I mean, this is why. I mean, my A- grade is almost entirely on the last three matches for me, because the first three were very forgettable. They weren't bad, and they had, like, the Tommy comeback was nice, but even that felt kind of rushed to me. I mean, the first three were forgettable.
Horribly executed run-in. I mean, everything was bad until he did the GTS. Now, admittedly, the GTS it was really cool to see that, and I believe that was the first time he did it on TV. He did it to Breeze.
Yes, he did it at a house show before Mania 2 years ago now, or a year and a half, whatever.
And then he went on Twitter and said he took it back, all that stuff. Cool, great finish. But yeah, everything leading up to it was like they had this weird, like, he thought he would throw, or they would reverse whip into the ropes, and then no one moved. It was confusing, and then they didn't know what to do and how to recover from it, and then it was like, what are you doing, dudes? I'm horrified for those, like, secondhand embarrassment, because it's like, oh, dude, what do you do now? Yeah. This is awkward. This is weird. There's like 20,000 people in the building. Like, can someone make a move here and just get us back to where we needed to be? And I don't know what to do that. And they did. They got to it, but it's still, for me, I couldn't. I don't know. And then that was after the Aries. Who did he fucking... He
beat No Way Jose, which everybody thought
Jose,
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I've been that way about Jose's fine, but people were like this. People have reacted to Jose the same way they reacted to Adam Rose when he debuted in NXT, and they have been mad at me with both of those things because I wasn't more into it. Oh, Sean hates fun. No, this isn't that good a fucking gimmick. I mean, it's fine, but it's mid. I mean, and I think that's what. If they thought that they were going to push Jose into the main event, he'd have beaten Austin fucking Aries last night and not been tapped clean and then forgotten about in the post-match angle. He's mid-card guy. That's what they think of Dillinger too, even though he's super over. And and as we've talked about many times, there's nothing wrong with that. The world needs mid-carders. It's not an insult. So
his fucking name is No Way Jose.
Yeah, I thought he did some good work, like showing some fire leading into this match and making it seem like he wasn't just dancing happy guy. But he pissed that away with me when he led a conga line into the match. This is supposed to be your goddamn blood feud, and you're partying on the way in. Go fuck yourself. And your generic stop sign shirt. I don't want to hear it.
You got legit mad right there. I let a fucking conga line. It's a blood feud. Why don't you eat a dick? No way. Excuse me, Mr. Way.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, he lit a fucking conga line. Like, I'll stab him. Is what I will.
I will fucking murder you.
I will jump the rail. I will punch Izzy on the way to the ring. I was really hoping someone would do something with that, man.
I don't understand the Izzy hate. Come on. I mean, the girl's 10 fucking years old.
She's 10. I do quit pushing her down my throat. She likes Bailey.
They backed off of that considerably.
Shit, like it's like any of these super fans. I don't like super fans. These people who work gimmicks.
Okay,
the Brock Lesnar guy, the
Brock Lesnar guy, and Frank the Clown. We should probably kill them. But Izzy's 10. We can still save her. Her life isn't over.
Here's what I like about Frank the Clown's dumbass is they did Holy Foley, and most of the first look of Holy Foley is Mick and Corey Graves being like, he's not even a real clown. He's unemployed. He does nothing with his life. Like, he's a piece of shit. Like, the whole thing about the first look of Holy Foley was a great big setup to. And then the dude's on Twitter like, I'm on a show on the network. How great is this? Dude, the whole show is talking about how much of a shitbag you are, dude. Like, you're a worthless waste of space. Do you think it's a bit,
though? I mean, do you think it's a storyline? Because even the entry.
I'll be fucking pissed.
Even the fucking. Whatever you call it, like the animation for the credits for the show has like he pops up in the backseat of the car Mick's driving and Mick rolls his eyes or something. So I don't know if maybe Mick really did hate him and now they're making it a story. But
well, if he's legitimately unemployed and just an idiot that his daughter is latching onto and not doing the thing she needs to be doing, or he feels like she needs to be doing because she's rolling with this unemployed idiot, he's a father. I can imagine you'd not like that. As a father.
I mean, I would want to kill that guy. Yeah,
I definitely.
But Mick dresses like Santa Claus. So how can he hate on a guy that dresses like a clown? I don't understand.
Well, we can't be entirely certain that Mick Foley's not Santa Claus is the thing. He might actually be. He might actually be.
I like how on Raw he managed to not dress like Santa Claus for 2 weeks, and then he's like, "Fuck it, I can't do it anymore. I gotta dress like Santa again." He said,
"That's it. I'm not going any further. I'm not wearing a fucking suit.
I tried to wear your giraffe coat. I'm not gonna do it again. I'm going back to dressing like Santa.
Give me the flannel." Oh yeah, so no, but fuck the super fans, and it's even more unbearable. Again, I'm getting to be a curmudgeon. I'm getting old.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Fucking kids away from me. If it's I love my niece and nephew. I can hang out with them all day. But if it's your niece and nephew, you can go and fuck yourself and take them with you because I don't want them in my face. I don't care about this. She likes Bailey. There's not money. I don't money on the table.
Sasha snatched her glasses off or whatever, but then they made up. So that was good.
See, that was the only time it was good. Is when someone was fucking making her cry. Like
I don't understand. I don't. I mean,
I love Bailey more because she hugs this weird kid who comes to every show. When you have school, get out of here.
I don't know. It's a fucking kid. Let her be a kid. God damn it.
Kid, fine, I'll leave her alone.
Yeah,
not even her real name, probably. It's Isabella or something. What'd you go by your real name?
I don't know.
I don't go by my real name. Is what's good about that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what the hell I was gonna say.
Dude, the violin entrance for Shinsuke.
That was fire.
Man, lit, fam.
Mm-hmm.
Lit. Shout out to Bill Handstock. We got to interview Brock Lesnar.
Yep. I don't, man. Fucking Handstock, that dude. His job, he's like Frank the Clown, but he actually does something.
Yeah, he's out there doing something with his life, and he can go and fuck himself too, for sure. I miss him though.
I know, me too. I don't understand that website he works for. Do they write anything, or do they just travel around and take selfies with wrestlers?
It's a Mark website, I think.
What's that?
It's a Mark website, I think. I don't mean that as an insult. I mean, I think that's the appeal of it in a lot of ways, right? Like we're a fan blog.
Like I don't know, but yeah. I thought I don't want to give them free advertising, but I mean, Stroud sort of got over with like being like the ultimate like smart. Like his was like fuck Raw, this is stupid, blah blah blah, and now they're like
Stroud.
I don't know, some guy.
Never heard of him.
I know. I think he really likes Lucha Underground, but I don't know anything else about him.
Good Mark him down, agreed.
Not as good as Geno.
Not as good as Good, son. Dude, so no, the violin entrance was pretty fucking dope.
That was pretty good. I like Joe's entrance better though.
It's funny because I was like, the dude's out there doing the thing, and I'm like, I tweeted, I'm like, that dude never in his life when he was learning how to play that instrument was like, this is what it's going to lead to. And he's out there just like having a great time. And someone's like, well, he's signed to Jordan. He's the only non-athlete signed to Jordan. So I think he knew. It's like, he knew what, asshole? Like, okay, so he signed with Jordan. I don't know
what that means.
Yeah, he's like, I guess he signed to like Michael Jordan? I don't even fucking know. Like,
yeah. Is Michael Jordan an agent? I didn't even know that. I thought he owned the Charlotte Hornets or something. I don't even know what that means.
Like, well, he's a big deal now. So, he's such a big deal that this is probably small time. No, motherfucker. The spirit of what I'm trying to say is, when you're growing up learning how to play a fucking violin, you're not thinking this will lead me to the Barclays Center and I'll be playing out Shinsuke Nakamura at an NXT TakeOver special on the WWE Network. He did not ever think.
Well, you should have specified, Geno, because I thought you meant he never thought he was fine with Jordan. And of course, did you watch? There's a. You probably didn't watch it. There's a post-show interview with him video, and he's like, "And I got what do you think the thing he marked out for is about his whole experience?"
Tell me.
Just guess. I want you to guess. Actually, just pick.
Getting to meet Triple H.
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Is that really it?
Yep.
They told him to say that.
That's what I mean. I hope so. I don't know.
I couldn't have done this without
the whole video. He talks about how cool it was to play in front of 15,000 people, and then the rest of it is him hugging Triple H and talking about how great it was to meet his wrestling hero, Triple H.
Triple H was in the interview.
He shows up for a hug. It was like Cedric Alexander. He just showed up at the end. He just showed up at the end to get a little bit of heat.
Oh my God! At what point did we turn on Triple H for being so clearly strategic in his,
Well, that's the thing is, I mean, as long as he keeps delivering shit that people love, it's not going to happen. We're all going to acknowledge.
No. Here's the thing: it's everyone loves it, so Triple H shows up next to it. Is what it is. It's like, oh, everyone loves Sasha now. Let me go get a photograph where I'm kind of crying.
I don't. I will yell at him. I mean, like half of my review of TakeOver Brooklyn 1 last year was fuck you for coming out and doing your spotlight thing to start the show. Mm-hmm. But so I will get on him about it, but he does. I mean, I don't know. I mean, as far as we know, he's responsible for some pretty cool shit. So, including pushing Sasha.
Well, he didn't take a mark photo with Athena when she was signed, but as soon as
he took a mark photo with Bobby Roode last night.
Oh, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everyone thought your glorious entrance was great. Here, come here, throw your arm around me. Let's get this photo.
People seem to like this glorious thing. Come hug me.
Hey, Bobby, tweet this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm certain that's what happens. Here, we got the photo.
He probably went to Ciampa and Gargano and it was like, hey, boys, I wonder if you could maybe work on the H-bomb. Maybe we could get that over. What do you guys think?
What do you think?
I'm available for, vines, whatever you need. just think about it.
I can dispense some advice to you, provided you credit me for all of that advice in future interviews.
Right.
Fuck, dude. At what point do we turn on that,
hashtag dude? Game bomb. I don't know. I mean, like I said, if he starts crapping the bed...
Yeah.
At some point, well, if Vince dies and he takes over Raw, we'll probably start crapping on him.
Well, it's apparently not. It'll turn into the greatest fucking show since Sliced Red. Getting that over. Do you want to talk about the last match? I don't really.
Adderall, everything. What?
Wow! Can't believe I said
That's not original. I can't take credit for that. That's been all over the internet.
That's actually a pretty good.
It is pretty good. What do you mean? Knock Joe? Is that what you want to talk about?
Knock Joe? No, I was hoping that Joe would come out while the dude was still playing the violin, just beat the shit out of him, just viciously,
just Machine Gun Kelly him,
break his violin, just really hurt him,
shove it up his ass,
and then maybe punch Izzy on his way.
Punch Izzy.
I don't have anything really good.
Bailey's mom.
Yeah,
go over and deliver a muscle buster to Sasha.
That's what you should really do. Just beat her dad up and be like, "Shut up, kid. I'm tired of your shit."
Oh, can I say something? I wanna.
You want what?
I want to rub. I was going to do little Spice Girls, but I didn't.
Tell you what I want. What I really want. You know who's gonna like that? Megan.
Tell me what you want. What you really want. I wanna.
Megan, another friend of the show who I might do a show with still, is going to love that. She's a big Spice Girls fan.
Nice. So, two things. One, when you were cutting the curmudgeon thing, I just want to say that if you call anybody else on Twitter brother, like you're a wrestler, stop that. I want to say that. And
you mean good brother or brother?
Oh, the whole thing. Yeah. Just you're not a wrestler. You're on Twitter. You're not a wrestler.
Stop trying to do it.
Yep. So there's that, and the other thing is
a couple of hoots with the Good Brothers. Shut up.
I just want to say there was something. I think it was amplified to Josh. Somebody who was there last night, who is also somebody who probably calls people good brother on Twitter. So, I got love for you. It's just a little piece of advice. Somebody was sitting behind Becky and Sasha, I guess, and first was like tweeting that, like, taking pictures of their hands, like bragging that they had touched Becky. Ew.
Really?
And then also apparently, like, somebody like scarily like approached them as they were trying to leave after the women's title match and was like, they've tried to play it off pretty well. And this goes along, like, people going up to Sasha, she calls them out on Twitter too, like, where they like come up and like think they can hug her at the airport and shit. Like, just stop. Don't. Everybody, if you do that, you're an asshole and you're scary and you need help. So
you're a stalker.
Leave it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And that goes for any woman that you see at a wrestling show. She is not there for you to touch and stuff. So don't. It's just it's another person that wants to watch wrestling, and so just stop it. That's all.
I wrote a whole article, and you should look. This is another thing. So I'm not proud of a lot of the work I've done because I've had to turn into a content farm, essentially, just to keep the site going. So I never really got to focus on a lot of stuff I've done. But one of the articles I really liked that I did was, "Dear WWE fans, stop touching wrestlers when they're in the crowd."
I remember that one. Yeah, was that like after the Roman thing, or was that?
Oh, it was Dean. There was a Dean.
Oh, that's right.
He was in the crowd, and he had his arms out at his sides, like he was going like, "What the fuck?" And someone grabbed his hand and lifted his arm, and he kind of yanked it back and looked at dude like, "You fucking kidding me? Don't ever put your hands on me." Like, there's some people that he's in the crowd. You do not then have a right to touch his person at any point ever. You do not have a right to touch another human being at all, ever. And then I used a GIF of the one dude. He put his arm out for a fist bump when Reigns would come through the crowd, and Reigns didn't even look at him. Executed a perfect no-look fist bump before going in. Now, why does that feel good? He chose it. You gave him a choice. Yep. I would like a fist bump. Whatever if you don't want to, but here's my hand. And then, all right, I'm going to hook you up, gave you a fist bump. That feels good. How does it feel good to, like, creepily go up to Becky or Sasha? First of all, if you show up at an airport looking for a wrestler, that's called stalking. That's what you're doing. You're stalking. You're not a fan. You're a stalker, and it's creepy and weird. Stop fucking doing it. And if you touch people without them being okay with it just because they're walking by, people in our threads try to justify it. Don't get in the comments here and try to justify it. It's not cool. Don't do that shit. It's fucking weird. Why do you want to do it? What are you getting out of that? What are you really getting out of it? You never touched someone before? Everyone feels the same. It's skin is skin, dude. Fuck. Go home and hug your mom. It's the same goddamn thing. Oh, no, but that's Becky. Ooh. What, you creeped out someone you like. How's that fun for you?
Exactly.
Heroes?
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats. Even the airport dude, and she called him out, like, he's like, "Thanks for being great to your fans." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, thanks for stalking me, you fucking weirdo." The fuck out of my life, dude. All I do is wrestle. I didn't ask for this.
The one guy, if you go to his Twitter, it's not. I think he even says, "I like meeting famous people and taking selfies," and it's nothing but fucking people he's stalked. He's out there in public bragging about it.
Yeah, and he's like, taking pictures and like, "Thanks for like letting me stalk you. Thanks you for letting me be a creep." Thanks for not getting me thrown in the fucking big house for a view. My favorite match on the show, we haven't even talked about it.
What one? What?
Ember Moon and
Really?
Billie Kay.
I thought that match
That's my favorite match.
I thought that was kind of a dud.
You know what? And I could see that, but I really thought Billie Kay was like, I thought she was really good.
That was that one and the Rude match. I was much more impressed with the person who wasn't the focus of the match. I thought this was the best Billie Kay we've seen. She was fucking
great selling from Moon.
Yep.
Fucking finish is just tits. Just
it
what
is.
a great finish.
I just worry. I mean, can she do that? Like, if she ends up on the main roster and has to do it every week, isn't she gonna need spinal replacement surgery?
It's pretty. Yeah. Her back.
Fucking Hulk Hogan is a fucking cyborg from the leg drop.
Her back's gonna look like Hogan's in like 10 years, but it's a good finish.
It's awesome.
I've
been a fan of that finish for years, actually. So, and a lot of people don't even know who does the finish. They just know that move from some fucking YouTube clip they've been seeing for 2 years. So
yeah, and then they're like, "That's the chick." Like, no way.
I didn't know she had red eyes.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
I don't know about the whole werewolf gimmick. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't. Is that what that is?
I don't know what it is. I mean, the teaser promo for her sounded like if something out of Lucha Underground. It was like, like this, like if they made Mortal Kombat as some sort of like 70s drive-in movie.
Yeah, and
she comes from the prophecy of fire to cleanse the earth with the moon. I don't. That's sort of what
you sounded like South Park's impersonation of the Mongolian dude, or the Chinese dude. Mongolian?
Wow.
No. What was I gonna see? Fuck me up. No, Billy Kay, and she was doing the Mortal Kombat thing. She fucking the one. What was
Billy Kay. Her entrance is dope.
I like her.
I've liked her. I've liked her for a long time. I liked her back when she was everyone's favorite girlfriend, Jessie McKay, on Shimmer Volume 14. So fuck you, me.
Shut up, Sean.
I don't know. I'm so goddamn tired. I went to bed at 4 a.m. I am exhausted, and we still have fucking 6 hours of SummerSlam to do. I think it starts in 15. I think it starts in 15 minutes. We better go.
Okay, Sean. I'll stop now. You're just going. What happened to your arm?
Oh, I can't move. Everything about my arm hurts. I think it's carpal tunnel.
Show it to us.
What? I've worn the elbow brace. And I don't know why.
All the way up. That does look like
all the way up. That's a Drake song, isn't it? No, it's just an elbow brace. And then I got a little wrist guard gimmick.
Are you really trying to avoid
type? It makes it hard to type, but it feels better.
All right, show's good. Tell us why you can't.
It has like metal in it.
So for the people who stuck around, let's follow up on our promise. Sean.
Oh, I thought I was going to tell them tomorrow.
No, we said till the end of this show. We'll have a lot to talk about tomorrow. There's 48 matches we're going to have to get through.
And we'll probably talk about 3 of them.
I think they added 4 in the past hour.
Probably.
So Sean,
and Canaanite is fucking pissed off because they're putting stuff on the pre-show after he predicted the order.
So Sean, there's going to be decidedly less dick talk on this show.
Yes.
Tell us why, Sean. Why are we no longer able to be ourselves? Who's holding us down?
Oftentimes on Tuesday afternoons when we I don't even know. I was going to say like film CSL, but we don't do anything like that. When we fucking plug in a microphone and get on the internet. And this past Tuesday, she was not. And this past Tuesday happened to be an episode where we talked a lot about vagina and what a vagina looks like. And at one point I described what the top of someone's penis would look like if you were performing fellatio on it. She heard all of this and was a little confused about what exactly I do for a living.
Sean, I know you're not writing about wrestling down there. What are you doing in that basement?
She's like, you're doing audio porn in the basement. What the hell's going on?
Sean, you talk about wrestling. I heard vag, dick. You talking about how to give a proper blowjob. You need to tell me what's really going on here.
Mm-hmm. So I explained, which Geno backs me up, and you, the listeners, can also, the 7 people who made it this far, hopefully can also back me up, where I explained to her that, especially on the podcast, what we're doing is kind of like a comedy entertainment show that deals with wrestling. So that's why, and we also, and wrestling is something where, 70, there's the tag title program on Raw is about penises. So it's not like we're making this shit up out of nowhere.
Look, the jig is up. This show is actually about dick, and we also talk about wrestling. So it's unfortunate she had to learn this
Dick Side Live. So she wasn't mad or anything. She didn't know that we spend about 1/4 of every episode talking about what penises look like. Well, it was a little bit surprising to her. So
as Sean is explaining this in the Cage Side offices, it occurred to me, I said, well, does she know that we act like gay lovers? And right after I said that, I realized how fucking dumb this show actually is. Like, we are a stupid show. This is the stupidest show that's ever existed. How? So we're going to try to go away from that a little bit. We're not going to talk about dick so much because we don't want Julie to be upset at Sean. We want to make sure that your relationship is strong.
Well, and we also, I will say that in the Cage Side offices, when we talked about it, we kicked this around with Kyle and Rev and Kane and some of the other guys in there, is that we were we don't want to offend people.
Yeah.
We're just trying to have fun. And if you're tuning in to just hear us be a little bit wacky and talk about wrestling, and you don't really want us to talk about what vaginas look like, we don't want to.
If we're going too far, let us know.
So that's it. So we're just going to try to be a little bit more cognizant of it. I also like that we don't run bits into the ground. Like, we don't fire me anymore all the time. Sorry, I'm pulling back the kayfabe curtain a little bit here. We actually haven't done as much like We're Lovers stuff as we used to do. So, we try to evolve and come up with new funny shit. So we're going to we will always talk about penises. Don't worry. I love this show because it has finally given me the platform I always dreamed of to talk about penises. So that will never go completely away, but we're just going to try to rein it in a little.
Oh, man, it's such a good thing that Julie never actually appeared on this show. She would hate my guts.
Nah, she'd blame me. That's pretty much the basis of our relationship, is I do dumb stuff and she puts up with it.
Yeah.
It's been that way for going on 15 years, so...
Well, we don't want to get in trouble, so we're
no.
And please, and if you're listening to readers/listeners, I guess, tell us if it's too much. Tell us.
CSL Universe. Can we start calling them?
Don't ever say that again in your life. Never say that again in your life. So we will talk less. Remember, there were people, because when I was gone, they were like, "Oh, cool, we're actually going to talk about wrestling." Geno's not here.
Yeah, the 7 people who kept watching when you left were like really confused.
Oh, man. But there were, the key is we just need to replace all this shit with Stella, because she's the one who gets all the hits.
Fucking apparently, what the YouTube analytics tell us is that a show hosted by Stella and Kane would somehow do 400,000 views every week.
No shit. We need to get those two together. I don't know if it will work, though, because Kane talks too fast. And, Stella would probably eat him up.
Stella's too stunning, so.
Way too stunning.
We got any big predictions for tonight?
I mean, tonight's SummerSlam. William Goldberg. If you call him William, that's great. We need more of that.
William Goldberg Esquire, you think he shows up?
Man, I do not want to do shows tonight. This is